Welcome to another podcast episode of Savage Age Fitness. In this one, I'm going to explain to you the difference between swinging and other like presses and ways that we lift in the fitness community. So, let's say, for example, this is your body, man. Spread this out a little bit more. And see, this is the human body. And the human body is pretty simple, man. It works out like a mechanism, like it's like a huge machine, as we all know that. And so your body's going to adapt and change to whatever type of stress and mechanism you use to train it with. So when you're doing like the standard everyday lifts like bench press, squats, and all that other kind of stuff that most people use, what happens is your body usually only gets forced in one direction. So for example, let's say, give me a shape. Put this thing upside down. So the force you have when you're bench pressing is always a downwards force. And see, that downwards force is dangerous because what you're doing is you have a stable bench press or a stable thing that's keeping you like, so that this is your body. And so what's dangerous about it, like, this is your platform. This is what you're using to lift with. And the platform is dangerous because realistically in life, you don't have a platform when you're lifting. That platform, so this is the force. And this force is pushing down on your body. And when it pushes down on your body, what occurs is you're being squeezed. And that squeezing also elongates and it forces compression. So just like anything in life, as you force down and the force pushes down more on it, it becomes compressed. And when that compression happens, what happens is it creates tears, little micro tears on the outside. So like, well, you get little micro tears. And so those micro tears are dangerous because over time, you just constantly compact, and you keep squeezing down on the body. And what happens is you just start to build basically excess scar tissue that builds up on the same area. So you just add new layers of muscle that's being added to your body, and these keep getting added. And see, you might be wondering, okay, why is that bad? I want to get big muscles. I want to be strong and all that stuff. But the reason that's dangerous is because as you keep doing, squeezing more and more down, you keep adding more layers of muscle. This eventually creates a box. Put that behind, send backwards. And it basically restricts your movements. So you become box-like. And that's what you see with a lot of guys. They look like boxes. Because that's what your muscles are now doing. Your muscles are now just a box shape. So instead of being the human shape that you're supposed to be, you're now this box shape. And then when you're a box, what happens is you don't have the ability to move the same. Because boxes, when you combine more boxes, like say, for example, those are your arms, boxes don't have the same movement patterns, or they can't be as loose and fluid as per se if you have like a body that's like loose and has the ability to move. And you have like just flexibility. So what happens is when you do bench press, you do squats, all you're doing is you're compressing your muscles so much, you're building more muscle on top of more muscle. It restricts the joints, it restricts the tendons, and eventually you just come to this box-like character where you just basically look like well, eventually you turn into Ronnie Coleman, man, and you just look like this giant jacked bodybuilder, which looks cool. And everybody's like, "Oh man, I look like Ronnie Coleman," but look at what Ronnie Coleman looks like now, bro. His body is done, dude. It's jacked. Like he can't move the same way he used to. Like he's in a hospital. I see other bodybuilders. The body eventually wears out, man. Debilitated bodybuilders. Foreign body. Well, these are just extreme, but like, look, that's what eventually happens. Because at some point, your muscle's gonna tear. Everything can't be the way it's supposed to be. Ooh, these are really bad examples, though. But to some degree, you guys understand what I'm saying. So that's what happens. You begin to become a boxer. You lose your human form, and you become like this thing that's not really human-like anymore. But when you utilize, let me go ahead and erase this. When you utilize the ability of swinging, see what swinging does is it adds three forces, three components to when you're lifting. So when you're swinging, where's my? You have three forces. The first force is the push. Get this out. All right. So you got three forces that you're utilizing. Push. Because in order to swing something, you gotta have it away from your body at first. You have the swing, or the torque, we can call it. And then you have the pull, because you gotta bring it back into you. So it's like push, swing, pull, reset back, swish, swing, pull. And that's the repeated movement of the when you swing things. And so you go in this continual cycle. Where you push, torque, the swing, and the pull. And this just continues on and on and on. And this is how you get the unique body of a swinger. Now you might be asking, okay, what's the benefits of the swing? Ah, get this out. So what this is special because if I can show you on a flow chart, actually we just do a little connected thing. So it's here to your swing. We can curve that. And then to the next one, curve. So the push swing, which is a torque, this causes a force that basically forces your body to contract in all even motions. So everything is completely uniformly utilized. It's not just in one direction. And that's good because, and then we'll say the center, or we'll say this is rest. Because I mean, there is that last component, which is that rest. Curve that. And then we go ahead and move this over here. So what you get instead is like a circle. And like everything in life, when a circle is used, everything is perfectly balanced as one. So not one just muscle group is being completely deformed. Everything is being utilized at once, which means you have a much more evenness of muscle. Everything's being activated because you not only have the benefit of pushing something away from you, you also have the ability of developing the grip strength, the farmer strength, the hand strength, and the muscle and elasticity strength of it being torn apart from you. And so what happens is as your muscles are being torn apart, as things are being stretched, for example, like say this is your muscle. Well, we should have made like a table. This is a better example. I'll go ahead and get rid of this. So for example, like say this is your muscle, and these are the serrations of your muscles. Like each of these is like a muscle group. Muscle group. What happens is as these are getting pulled apart, you have microfractures that are being introduced. So you say we'll add a row. So that's adding an extra row, and that extra row then solidifies, becomes stronger, but it builds throughout the entire body. So it's not only being added on the right, it's being added left, and it's also being added below. So say this is the original muscle group, you now have added another layer of muscle at the top and on the right and to the bottom and to the left. So as you're going over time, you're stretching evenness of muscle. It's not compounding muscle on top of muscle on top of muscle. It's muscle being utilized and being built in all directions, which means your tendons are getting stronger, your tendons, joints, the muscles being getting stronger in all directions. Your hamstring, everything's being developed at one point instead of just doing like a curl or a bench press where only one particular muscle group is being utilized. Instead, the entire body must be utilized because in order to swing, to keep yourself grounded and from yourself being just thrown off the ground, because remember, there's no platform. When you're bench pressing your squat, there's usually a platform. That platform is to stabilize the body. When you're swinging, you're moving things offhand. The load of the weight is not actually on your body, it's off the body. So it requires your entire body to contract in order to keep the body from just shredding apart. And because of that, there's a contraction being done on the opposite and equal direction for how strong and how much weight that you're using. So I'm going to show you guys more in the tutorial video where I actually demonstrate like in a diagram as I'm swinging it, what's exactly happening to your body. But yeah, this is Savage Fitness. This is why you need to swing more, and this is the benefits of swinging more. I hope you like this video. Leave a comment below. Check out my Instagram. Check me out on Facebook. We're trying to change the way that people look at fitness and revolutionize the way that we go about this fitness game. So adios. Appreciate the support.